Hello again and welcome to this, my third tutorial in getting started with RenderMan Studio for RenderMan for Maya 5.0. You may recall from the first two we've got about this far with our scene. So it's a simple airplane on a flat polygon lit by global illumination and an EXR. Okay. Not particularly looking realistic yet. One of the issues we have with that is we haven't actually enabled ray tracing yet. So the first thing I'm going to do now is turn on ray tracing. Obviously everything we do here is going to have a hit in terms of render time, but obviously as well it improves the quality. So let's go and render. I can use any of the render buttons. Still the time is really quick for me at the moment. Okay, we're beginning to get shadows, and ambient occlusion, and all those good things that come with ray tracing. Maybe not strictly ambient occlusion in the way in which it has been implemented previously, but the look of ambient occlusion in the scene now. Nice soft shadows. All this is just basically coming from the environment light. Nice looking. Beginning to feel happier with this. The scale is obviously a bit weird. It's like a toy plane, but not to worry about that. Okay, next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to actually put some glass material on the cockpit. And bear with me, I haven't tried this before. I haven't tried the new glass material, so let's just see how it works out. So there's a glass shader here. So this is the general multi-purpose, the glass shader and a matte shader. So let's put the glass shader on there. Not expecting things to show up in the Maya preview window or under viewport 2.0 either. Let's just see how this goes in terms of the render though. Hopefully we're getting something nice and sweet with this. Just out of the box. And that's not bad at all. Not a lot of detail inside my cockpit here. It was designed for viewing from a long distance. One of the things I may want to do is actually increase the ray depth, but I think max ray depth is set to 10 at the moment over here, which should be okay. Diffuse depth of 1 and 2, it's probably okay. It's looking better for having that bit of material on it now. What I'd like to show you now is a way in which we can actually tweak things. So in order to do that, I'm actually going to apply the material back onto the plane. I don't want to close that, cancel that, I don't want to close, I just want to minimize. So let's select all my level of detail objects here. There's a lot of them. Like I said, it was a game asset and there were lots of things happening in terms of the way in which it actually fit into the game engine. And I'm going to apply a file to this. Oops, I didn't mean to select the background plane. Let's just go surface color. Maya is just having a bit of a spin at the moment because it may not like what's going on. It doesn't know where the shader should be. Where is this? The yak. We're using PNGs. Lowest possible quality we can get away with. Let's see what happens when I render now. I really don't know how it's going to look. I'm hopeful. Yes, that's a relief. I'm beginning to see stuff. I put it on the ground plane as well. Oops. I'd forgotten I had the same material on it. But we can see how I laid out my UVs. What I'm going to do for the ground plane next is I'm actually going to just apply a matte material to it, which will render quite a bit quicker. Yes. Not looking bad at all. One of the things that is possibly wrong with this is the material needs to actually have its input profile fixed up a bit. Let's get rid of this black material here to start with. Let's put in a matte material for that and leave it as surface color close to white. Drop it a little bit. Okay, and for the material here, for the plane, for the aircraft, what I want to do is make sure that for the surface color that the input profile is set to sRGB, because that is the input profile, and I generally don't want to pre-filter that because it's not a huge image to start with. Let's see what we get now. It should be slightly less washed out, hopefully a bit richer. We'll see what happens. Here we go. Yes, looking much nicer. I'm liking this. So there we go. Again, very, very simply done. Now, one of the things you'll notice with this, apart from the fact that it's too shiny for an airplane, is that we're still seeing quite a bit of the low poly element of this. You can see here it's quite low poly, particularly at the end of the nose here. The nose cone's looking really, really low poly. Let's see if we can get into a view where we can actually see that happening. Yeah. Okay. I just want it to look pointy in the game. Now, for Renderman to actually subdivide this, which it can do at render time really, really quickly and beautifully, we all love when it does this, we need to go to the shape, attributes, Renderman, and add a Renderman. Where was I? Yeah, that was great. Attributes, Renderman. Add a subdiv scheme. That's what I was looking for. Apologies for that. Now, I'll take that. Well, I'll render it now, and you'll see what I mean. It does actually subdivide this, and it will look much, much nicer. So it won't look. It'll be subdivided surface the way in which things should be. Which it is doing nicely. The unfortunate thing is the rest of the model hasn't actually been designed for this kind of subdivision scheme, so that we're actually getting some very strange warping in areas here which weren't designed for sub-D. But that's what you get. Let's just have a look at that attribute now. Extra Renderman attributes. It's currently set to Catmull Clark. I can just turn it to none and we'll see the difference. In this here, you'll see these are quite curved, which I don't mind the look of them. We'll re-render this again and see how it looks. I forgot to turn it off. Let's stop my render here as well. Or let it run through. I thought I'd turned it off, but I hadn't. Yeah, we're almost there. Let's turn it off. None. So it is turned off now. Sorry about that. Making you sit through a render which you didn't need to. Okay. And we'll see that this has no subdiv scheme on it, so yes. Certainly the area around here, you're seeing quite a major difference. Okay, I'll leave this for the moment. I'll come back and do some more in a while. Hopefully this is of some use to somebody. Certainly I've learned quite a bit in the last couple of days using the new RFM and RMS. So thank you very much. See you soon.